1, 2, 3, well, when I was a child and at night I couldn't sleep, I'd holler for my mother to ask if she would read to me. She told stories about the past, poems passed down for years, and there's one I remember best, and it still sounds so clear. A little boy and a little girl wouldn't heed their elders' warnings, wouldn't do what they were told, and they were disappeared by morning, snatched up through the ceiling before they had a chance to hide by two great big black things standing by their side. And I wasn't too scared then, now I'm haunted every day. What was once just a story has become our reality. The goblins gonna get ya if you don't watch out. I'm reminded every day of my life. Well, the goblins gonna get ya if you don't watch out. I'm reminded every day of my life. I hear them talking amongst themselves, hear them talking every day. I hear them talking behind their backs, and I think I hear them say, how can we keep these kids in line? How can we make them understand that in this kingdom of gods, the power's in our hands? That work is life and life is work and reality is a shame. How can we keep them pacified, keep them complicit in our games? We'll get them while they're young, and we'll start with empty threats. And every year that passes by, the easier it gets. And every year that passes by, the harder it becomes to escape. The harder it becomes to escape. The harder it becomes to escape. Well, the goblins gonna get ya if you don't watch out. I'm reminded every day of my life. Well, the goblins gonna get ya if you don't watch out. I'm reminded every day of my life. From the first days of elementary to the day we graduate, they choose the books, they write the facts, they allocate the grades, they make the rules, write the laws, and they choose the punishment. And if you give them 20 years, then it's certain that you'll get a certificate of participation, documentation of your worth as a worker in this system, salt shaker of the earth. But if you try to stand up, and if you don't stay in your seat, then you'll live a life of squalor and die cold out on the streets. And on the streets, all on your lonesome, in the gutters you will lie. And when the goblins come to get you, you'll have nowhere you can hide. The goblins gonna get ya if you don't watch out. I'm reminded every day of my life. Well, the goblins gonna get ya if you don't watch out. I'm reminded every day of my life. So now we recognize this system, realize we must resist to keep a little bit of dignity. We stood up and raised our fist, and when the fascists came to town, we called up all our friends to have a party in the streets and demand that this shit end. We gathered up some food, built some bikes and beds, and then the night before our friends arrived, we laid down to rest our heads. We suddenly awoke when they smashed down the door, and with their guns drawn and aimed, they ordered us down to the floor. And as those great big black things bound us up to take us away, I could hear that bedtime omen like it was yesterday. The goblins gonna get ya if you don't watch out. I'm reminded every day of my life. Well, the goblins gonna get ya if you don't watch out. I'm reminded every day of my life.